Alright, how many of you out there just finished watching that Redskins game? Redskins against the Lions. Came on at 1 o'clock. It was another one of those cardiac kid kind of games. That's what we seem like we're turning into right now. Cardiac kids. Because every time we're in a game and it's tightly contested, no matter how sloppy or how good and intense the game is, the wins that we seem to pull out, we just sit here as Redskin fans and clutch our chests because we're getting so much. It gives us heart chest pains because it's just like, oh my God, you're putting us through the ringer for the whole game, for 4 quarters, and then y'all finally pull it out. And then a couple of those games, they almost literally gave it away on the last play. Like the Dallas game, first game of the season, that last play, Romo threw it in there, had a touchdown pass, but it got called back because of an offensive holding penalty. So we lucked out and won that game. And then the game in Philadelphia, the one that we won, they threw a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and the ball landed right in the wide receiver's hands in the back of the end zone. He should have came down with that. I always say that to this day. It in his hand, so he had no business dropping it, but he dropped it. Actually, it deflected off of his hand that he was going backwards, and D'Angelo Hall wound up catching it for an interception, and we won that game. So, even though we're 4-4 right now, we probably we could be going both directions right now on either side of the 500 plateau. But I guess we'll take 4-4 right now. But like I was saying, or about to get into, this game I just looked at against Detroit was such a disappointment all the way around. We only had a few bright spots in this game. One particular player who did his thing the whole game, Brandon Banks, the kickoff and punt return specialist. He was incredible. He really actually had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, but one was called back because of a holding call or clip, which really, honestly, that guy didn't even need to do. Reed Dowdy is the player that got called on the penalty, in case y'all really care. He really didn't even need to do that, make that block, because Brandon Banks had already blown past him, the guy that he clipped when he scored that touchdown. That got called back, but he redeemed himself later on. But I guess the point I'm getting to, what I'm talking about right now, what I'm about to talk about, was the last 2 minutes of the game. We're down 31-25. We get the ball back on the kickoff. We just allowed a touchdown for Detroit to take the lead. And Coach Mike Shanahan of the Redskins decides, oh, I'm going to make a switch at quarterback. I'm going to take Donovan I'm sorry, it sounds like Ice Princess when she's on here doing her YouTubes and she's trying to pronounce a word and gets tongue-tied. I'm like her now. Donovan McNabb. He decides to take him out of the game at the time when we need him the most. And he puts in Rex Grossman, the backup quarterback, just because he knows the offensive scheme that Donovan McNabb is seeming to have a tough time trying to grasp this season, thus far this season. I don't understand why Coach Shanahan did that when he did it, and I will never understand it. And I'm sure right now he's kicking himself in the ass because it blew up in his face and it blew up in our face. And I hope he doesn't lose the team because of this move. Because as everyone saw who was watching the game, whether you're a Skins fan or not, the first play from scrimmage for Rex Grossman, because this was his first snap the whole season, he gets hit on a passing play, going back to pass, he fumbles the ball, Detroit picks it up, they run it in for a touchdown from like 20, 23 yards out. And that cemented the game for him. You know, what could have been a possible, we could have got down there, had a great chance to get a touchdown and actually win by 1 point. You know, given if we got the extra point or whatever. Now we had no chance because the coaching decision that Coach Mike Shanahan made. I tweeted on Twitter, like, after the game went off, saying, in my honest and humble opinion, that had to be the dumbest coaching decision I've ever seen, period. And I stand by that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of angry Redskin fans are feeling the exact same way as I am about what we just saw in that game. Because it was still a winnable game, and I would have been more confident if I was Shanahan and McNabb even though he struggled throughout the whole game. Let's be honest, he struggled. The offensive line struggled. We had no running game. The passing game was barely there too. But in this instance, I'm pretty sure you want your best players out on the field to give you the best possible production at a time like that against a team who's not that good, but we find a way to continually lose to. Detroit seems to be this damn team that we continually lose to. I don't know why we stink it up with Detroit and make them look like they're like the New England Patriots when they're clearly not. Not saying they're not a good team, but they just catch bad breaks too, and they wind up in a losing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we wound up doing today, making Detroit look like they're Super Bowl contenders when they're playing like bottom of the barrel type football team. You know what I mean? That's how they really are. So I'm just scratching my head on that one. I'm parting my hair. I'm parting this little shaggy looking beard here going on. I know I need to shave. It's looking real rough right about now, so I apologize for that. You know, in case y'all like looking at me like, man, this dude needs shave. So I will handle all of this before the work week gets kicked off and everything. But I just wanted to come up here and just get this off my chest that I'm a little heated that we're going into a bye week. I don't think it's going to be any quarterback controversy. If it's controversy, if it's going to be something that we discussed about, it's just going to be everyone trying to figure out why Shanahan made that decision that he did. Because he just came on the press conference and said that he put Grossman in there because he knows offense is king. That McNabb is having a tough time trying to get a grasp of and get a handle on. And he felt with the 2-minute type of drill, which was what we had left on the clock in the game, that Russ Grossman would be the best person to come in there and probably handle it better. And look what happened. So do you think you made a great decision behind that? Do you think you really you were smart making that decision? I mean, you're a great football coach. Super Bowl rings. You led Denver Broncos to 2 Super Bowls behind John Elway and Terrell Davis or whatever and everything. So you're a great coach. You're a genius. You're smart and everything. But that one was stupid. You know, now you got to take an L for that one, and you get a fail for that too. You know, and if I was Huggy Lowdown, a radio personality over here who sounds like a pimp when he calls into the radio station, he does this thing every Friday on a Time during the morning show where he does this thing called Bama of the Week. Well, Mike Shanahan should be a nominee, or furthermore, I'll go on record as saying he should just be the Bama of the Week for that boneheaded coaching decision he decided to make. And I hope he doesn't make any more bonehead decisions like that in the rest of this season, because if he does, who would be surprised if somehow he winds up out of a coaching job here if our record declines? You know, because over here in DC we have a GM or owner of a team that's quick to switch coaches if things aren't going the way he likes it. So Shanahan better not do nothing like that ever again, because our boy Daniel Snyder will be quick to let him know just what he thinks about boneheaded coaching decisions like that and how it affects our football team. So, we're 4-4 now, going to a bye week. Donovan McNabb is supposedly still our starting quarterback when we go back on the field week 9 against Philadelphia here at home. So hopefully we can bounce back, turn it around, and get another division win, because at least with that, at least we're 2-0 the division. That's one good thing we can say that is good about our season so far. That's about the only thing we can say is good, besides our defense every once in a while showing that they're getting all these takeaways. But what good is getting a turnover if the offense can't turn these turnovers into points? We're having a tough time turning all these possessions, these turnovers that our defense is giving us, and turning them into points. And our other problem offensively is when we're in the red zone, when we're like 10 yards away from a touchdown, and we can't seem to get the ball in the end zone, and we wind up getting a field goal. So we're leaving points on the field. So we have a lot of areas that our team needs to address in this bye week. They need to look at all this game film from this game and the Bears game last week. They need to look at all the game film from every game this year and really reevaluate the whole team and figure out they need to get together. This bottom line. That's just what I'm feeling that they need to do. I just wish they had some more. I wish they had more of us fans and more of those positions on the organization of our favorite football teams, because we would love to be helping out with drafting football players and NFL draft, drafting college players. We would love to sit here and be like how we are in Madden and be like, going after certain players in the free agent. Why do we think that will help our team out? That's beneficial. You know, we would love to be in these positions. We would love to be on the sideline with the coach and be able to be in his ear and tell him, nah, I don't think that's the play you want to throw in there. Because we think, we would just love to have these opportunities to do what these guys are doing and getting paid millions of dollars to do. It's crazy. If we were on the field, giving our input, it would change the whole landscape of the game of the NFL, of the sport. I think if you had more fan friendly, or how should I say this? If more of the NFL fans were involved in an organization like that, that would be pretty cool, I guess. But I'm going off topic. I only came on here just to talk about how frustrated I was with the end of that game and Mike Shanahan's dumbass decision to switch quarterbacks at a point of the game where it was still a winnable game for us. Nothing against Rex Grossman, but you had no playing time. You never had any snaps prior to this particular situation, this instance. So, I know Rex Grossman's a decent quarterback, but I just think that was the dumbest thing anyone could have ever decided to do in a game situation such as that. If I was head coach, I would not have done that. Like I said earlier, I would have left McNabb in and just went with him and trusted him and been like, all right, get our offense down the field in a position to hopefully score a touchdown and get us to win the game. That's just it. Just my thing, But it is what it is. I'm not the coach, and you saw what happened if you watched the game. If you didn't, I just told you what happened. And, you know what I'm saying? I tell you.